welcome back to our channel Ramika's Diary. Today we're going to see some grammar in CBSE Class 7, Chapter 8, the verb special finite verbs. So let's get into the video. So before, we're going to recall what is a verb, okay? The verbs tell us what the noun, the subject does. It is very important in the sentence. So the verb tells us like what the subject is doing in the sentence. It denotes the condition and quality of the noun, expresses possession, and shows action. So worksheet 3. So we should write what the verb is denoting from the sentence. He swam 8 lengths in the pool. So in this sentence, swam is the verb. So he swam 8 lengths in the pool. So it will be action. Second question. She is a clerk in a MNC. So in this sentence, it is denoting the conditional quality. Third question. He has a poodle. So in this sentence, it is denoting possession. Okay, now we're gonna see what does transitive verbs mean, okay? Transitive verbs mean verbs that have objects are called transitive verbs. So that means so for example, a cat plays with a ball. So in this sentence, cat is the subject and it is playing with the ball. So ball is the object. So this is called transitive verbs. So in the Roman number 2, we're going to underline the objects. Apples, meals, and tea. And I'm going to underline the verbs in green. Like, cooks, buys. So as I said, Sandeep like apples. So in this sentence, Sandeep is subject and he like apples. So like apples. So apples is the object. So like is the transitive verbs. My sister cooks all our meals. So in this sentence, sister is the subject, cooks is the verb, and meals is the object. So cooks is the transitive verb because there is the object. Now, the third question. Dad buys tea at the market. So dad is the subject and he buys tea. So he's buying an object, tea. So tea is the object and buys is the transitive verb. I hope you guys understand this. Now we're going to see intransitive verbs. Verbs that does not have objects are called intransitive verbs. So it is totally the opposite of transitive verbs. So Roman number 3, we're going to do the same thing that we did here. Mr. Rampal always drives carefully. Drives is the verb and there's no object in this sentence because it is intransitive verbs. So Mr. Rampal is the subject and he always drives carefully. So there's no object. So drives is the intransitive verb. Second question. The boys play in the garden after school. So play is the intransitive verb because boys is the subject and they are playing in the garden after school. So there's no object here. So play is the intransitive verb. Third question. Lots of people cycle to work in China. So in this sentence, cycle is the verb because people is the subject in the sentence and there's no object in the sentence. So cycle is the intransitive verb. Now let's move on to the next topic. Some verbs can be either transitive or intransitive. Sometimes the transitive meaning and intransitive meaning are different. So like some verbs are transitive and intransitive, but they have different meanings. So examples. The pilot flies the plane very well. So in this sentence, flies is the verb. Pilot is the subject and plane is the object. So what do you think flies? Is it transitive or intransitive? Yes, transitive because there's object in the sentence plane. So flies, and I use the same word in a different sentence, fly. Eagles fly in the sky. So in this sentence, eagles is the subject, fly is the verb, and there's no objects in this sentence. So fly is the intransitive verb. So like I'm gonna write the subject here. Subject, in this sentence, the subject is pilot. Action word is flies. Object is plane. So next, in this sentence, the object is eagles. The action word is fly. I use the same words, but sometimes it is transitive and sometimes it is intransitive, as I said in this sentence. And there is no object affected in this sentence. So this fly is intransitive and this fly is transitive. Okay, let's move on to finite verbs. The verb that indicates and changes according to the subject in the sentence, it is called finite verbs. So the verb that indicates and changes like according to the subject in the sentence is called finite verbs. So a sentence must have a finite verb to be complete. It has different forms. So it has different forms, and out of these 24 forms are called special forms. Let's see some special finite verbs. Present forms, past form, past participle form, and present participle form. So first is, am, are. So when the past form, it is was, were, past participle form, been, and present participle form, being. So in this bracket, I give you be. Has, have, the past form is had, past participle form is had, and present participle form is having. And the same thing, do, does, it is did, done, doing, and there's nothing in the present participle form. Shall, should, and there's nothing here. Will, would, can, could, may, might, must, it doesn't have any of those. Out, it doesn't have any of those. Need, it doesn't have any of those. And dare, it doesn't have any of those. The 24 special finite verbs can be used with the contracted form are not, ain't, as, isn't, aren't, wasn't, haven't, hasn't, hadn't, don't, didn't, shan't, won't, shouldn't, wouldn't, couldn't, mayn't, mightn't, mustn't, oughtn't, daren't, usedn't, ain't. That means I'm not. So I'm going to say these in full form. Is not, are not, was not, have not, has not, had not, do not, did not, shall not, will not, should not, would not, could not, may not, might not, must not, ought not, dare not, use not, I'm not. Okay friends, if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. Bye.